the 20 to the 23. Jacksonville's offense trots out here for the first time.
Chris Bell here with you. Steelers and Jags now playing.
Second season as the team's face of the franchise, Trevor Lawrence.
For everyone who expected the highly touted Trevor Lawrence to champion the Jaguars to instant success last season, well, they got a little bit of a reality check. Despite the struggles, though, he still took on a major leadership role within the locker room and among the team. He also flashed some of his considerable potential on the field, particularly in a defiant Week 18 win over Indianapolis that knocked the Colts out of the playoffs.
And they'll run it. This is James Robinson. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Their first play from scrimmage is a pickup of 13. Well, that is a running back who was not about to go down easily. He fought his way through the contact until the seas opened up for him.
Yeah, this could be a sign of what this defense is in for, because, you know, all week long the coaches were preaching to the defense, you've got to be able to wrap up against a back like him, or he can make you pay. Technique, technique, technique.
And the next-gen stats shows us the tale of how much yardage he was able to pick up after the initial contact. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Lawrence will throw. Here's a screen for Robinson. No gain on the screen there, and 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Lawrence sets up the screen to Robinson. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
I like it, I like it, I like it. Get everyone involved in the passing game. And you know you can create those great mismatches throwing it to your guys out of the backfield.
And on the first drive, that can also help establish some rhythm, right?
I think so. It gets everyone involved. They feel like they're part of it and really gets them amped up as they go forward.
Looking to throw, Lawrence. And that is incomplete.
I'm quite sure that they envisioned a much better start to this game when they practiced all week. But they failed on that 3rd down play. That brings up 4th down, and they'll probably have to punt it away.
On 4th down, on is Logan Cook to punt. Back deep is Gunnar Olszewski. And a nice job here to down this one right on the 5-yard line.
That punt was near perfection as it checked up inside the 5-yard line. You never know where these things are going to go, do you?
No, what was it? You got a John Heisman quote about that,
yeah,
right?
He said the football is roughly a prolate spheroid, which means it's going to bounce funny, and you never know where it's going to end up.
On 1st and 10, it's Trubisky. That's swung out wide to Harris. And he is going to lose yardage here. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard. It looked like the defense, they were ready for that one.
Really left him almost no room to work after catching the ball. He could throw every move in the book at him. They were there, and they tackled him for a loss.
Backed up now from their own 4 as they come up 2nd down. A first carry for Najee Harris. And that won't buy him much room. Just a 1-yard gain to the 5.
You know, we play really good run defense when you're playing a 3-4. Those 3 guys up front, the nose tackle and the guys they call the defensive ends, they're usually big, big people because they're going to have to eat up a lot of blockers because it's usually 5 on 3. And when they do their job well, guys who play on the inside, those inside linebackers, they're able to just roam and hit.
On third down, here's Harris. And he'll be brought down shy of the first down marker at the 11. It's a gain of 6, but not enough, as he'll be forced to punt on their first drive of the game. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
On fourth down, here's Presley Harvin on to punt. Jamal Agnew is deep to return it. Now a fair catch taken just across midfield, maybe by a yard or two. 36 yards on the punt with no return. And this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a 1st and 10. First and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there. On 1st and 10, it's Robinson. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Some teams like to start aggressive to begin a drive, but this is still what you expect to see in normal situations. Just call a simple run, get a few yards to begin the series, and set yourself up for something bigger on 2nd down.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Now Lawrence to throw. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
What I loved about meeting with these coaches before the game is we didn't even have to ask any questions. They told us that they were going to be aggressive and push the ball downfield. They weren't successful on that play, but look for them to try it again later.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Now Lawrence. Screenplay. Here's Etienne. And they stop him up short of the first down as they get him at about the 43. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
So look at this. Here's the field goal unit coming out. And he is going to need to bomb this one. They spot it on the midfield stripe. So it is a 60-yard attempt here. He had the distance, but it's no good. Wide to the right, and this will remain a scoreless game.
I don't care who you are. 60 yards is a very ambitious attempt. Hard to make even in practice in the best of conditions. And now, worst of all, you give the other guys the ball to start their drive at midfield.
So Pittsburgh retakes the field for their 2nd offensive possession. And they'll certainly be trying to do better than that first drive where they went 3 and out.
And sometimes the first drive is just simply to settle nerves. You know what it's like at the start of a game with the emotion, guys a little bit jumpy.
But you do.
Oh, you understand the same way. It's just like us calling one, right? Making sure we ease into the game, let it come to us.
Well, you went 3 and out.
And now they have that opportunity.
No, you didn't go 3 and out. I went 3 and out on that first drive. I'll try to do better here. Now he dumps this off over the middle. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. From the 44, Trubisky under a heavy rush, and down he goes. They bring a man off the corner that time, and he gets home for a loss of 6.
Well, how about that? The defense's first sack. It doesn't come from one of the usual suspects up front. It comes from the secondary.
Yeah, I think they caught the quarterback off guard a little bit because he wasn't able to account for the possibility of that blitz and change the blocking assignment. He comes through and puts him on the ground.
Let's see what they draw up here. 3rd and long following the sack of Trubisky. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
They certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
Here's Presley Harvin now.
This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go.
And, partner, I know so far, we're still in the first half, but you love this game as a defensive guy. 0-0. We'll see if the offense can get going on this drive.
Well, you know how they talk about music to your ears? How about what it does for your eyes when you watch something like this, right, where these teams are locked in and going at it, no points going up on the scoreboard. I'm loving it. You're exactly right.
Well, switch over, though, to an offensive mindset for a moment. What do they need to do here to get on track and get some points?
Well, I think a couple of ways. Number one, you pull out something that maybe they haven't.
The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked up by Minka Fitzpatrick.
And the Steelers will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line. CD, he tried to kind of lob that one in there. It looked pretty going through the air. The problem was it was in the air a little bit too long.
Yeah, that's a tough one because for that type of a route and what he tried to do and needed to do, he had to put a little air under it, and the defender was actually able to take advantage of it because it hung up there just long enough for him to get there and take it away.
That's what it is. That's what it is, baby. Play a little aggressive, baby. Come on, boys.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their own 43. After the interception, here's Trubisky. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be second and a couple.
I do think it's fair to say that they were caught off guard a little bit when he decided not to throw it on first down. But give them credit. They recovered in time to deny him the first down yardage. But it's only second and short. So that run is still likely to lead to a new set of downs.
Play action. Now Trubisky. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Harris.
And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
Well, they certainly made a point of getting him involved in the passing game here in the first half. They must have seen something in the scouting that said, hey, we can capitalize on him getting the ball possibly in the open field. And I think in the second half, that may loosen up the defense a little bit to get the running game going back inside.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Now Trubisky. That ball caught by the former Toledo Rocket, Deontay Johnson. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger game. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line.
And Deontay Johnson just continues to build and grow in his NFL career. Finished second in the NFL in targets on his way to his first Pro Bowl last season. Pulls in the catch there to pick up the first down.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Again, it's Trubisky. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes in bounds. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and of course, foot dragging.
Little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
To throw again on second down. Trubisky.
Right side, Claypool's got it.
And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. Throwing here, Trubisky. Oh, nice move.
And they're going to get this down inside the 15.
It's funny, throughout the time that we've been together, when we talk with running backs about the ability to catch the ball, their eyes light up when they talk about open field and having one-on-one matchups, don't they?
Yeah, they do. And that's the reason why. What we just saw, shedding those tackles, and that's what they're used to doing.
It is, and it starts at the beginning of the play. One-on-one matchup if someone's trying to cover. Someone's downfield after the catch when they're running with the ball. They think they're going to win those, too.
Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2.
Back-to-back 4-yard runs. Now, look, if they just do that all the way downfield, ball ends up in the end zone, but that's a little difficult to do.
Yeah, I think now 3rd and 2, that defense ready to stiffen up and stop that run. Trying to pick it up on the ground with Harris. And he's got the first down as he gets it to the 8. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Here we go now on 1st and goal.
Now they'll throw it with Trubisky. Being chased out left. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
How about that? Red man coverage and decided to test him early. But it proved up to the task and forced the incompletion.
Nothing on 1st down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line, 2nd and goal. From the gun, it's Trubisky. It's brought in by Harris. And he is going to lose yardage here. Call it a loss of 2 there on the play. And now what we have here, a 3rd and goal. No score after 1 on EA Sports. Steeler football here to begin quarter number 2. And the Steelers on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. They're looking at a 3rd and goal here. Now it's Trubisky. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Also a drive that spans all that time, and yet you may only come away with 3 points here.
Well, your defense, all right, they actually like these long drives. They get to rest over on the sidelines for a while. But when you're not finishing with points in terms of touchdowns, that's frustrating. They've got to figure out how to close out these long drives and get 6s instead of 3s.
Boswell's kick is good, and the Steelers will jump out to a 3-zip lead.
So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense, the firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
After the successful field goal try, here's Boswell to send it away.
Now Jamal Agnew from his end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Steps away. And this one is incomplete.
Well, you know me, whether you need it or not, I'm going to give a little unsolicited advice. Just throw it downfield out of the pocket, only if you're absolutely sure. Otherwise, use your running ability and try to get those yards a safer way.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Here's Lawrence to throw. That's caught. It's Dan Arnold, the tight end. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Lawrence on 3rd down.
That's caught by his tight end, Evan Ingram. And he is going to have a Jags first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Lawrence with the handoff to Robinson.
And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
A play fake for Robinson. Now Lawrence.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Miles Jack.
So rare to see any quarterback toss back-to-back interceptions in the NFL, regardless of status or experience. Whether it's him personally or just the offensive game plan, I think this defense is reading something out there, and they're holding the upper hand.
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field.
And they'll have good field position here following the interception and a chance to build on their lead as they start with a 1st and 10.
Now a 1st down carry for Harris.
Brought down at the 20.
Not a big run on the first play of the drive, but that doesn't necessarily mean it was a bad play. Sometimes you're just trying to settle in, get your guys a little bit of contact, and get things moving.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Harris. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. That one a 1st down pickup of 8.
There is simply no bringing Harris along slowly as a rookie for the Steelers. He was one of 2 NFL backs with over 300 carries and led all NFL running backs with 74 catches. Along the way, he set several Pittsburgh rookie records.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
Harris running straight ahead. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. It's a good gain of 11. Sets him up 1st and goal.
Well, if they continue to run the football this strong, right up the middle, I don't know if they can wait till halftime to make adjustments. They better find a way to get it done series to series. I don't know if they need to sub some guys out, bring in extra people, maybe change what they're doing on the defensive side of the ball. But right now, they're running the ball very well right at them and right up the middle.
Now they've got 3 tight ends here on 1st and goal to add some extra mass.
Going with a big fullback, Watt. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Derek Watt Taking it in from a yard out. And the Steelers are able to strike for 6. And that's why you have the fullback, Charles. Couldn't get it in the play before with the smaller guy. Turned to a little more power. They score it.
And now it has to warm the hearts of a lot of old-school football fans. They love when they get to see a little bit of power football.
Chris Boswell now for the extra point. It's up and good, and that'll increase their lead to 10-zip. Just a 4-play drive that time, and it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
Taking it about the 1. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. Now they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Thrown out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Now a handoff to start it out. Robinson. They showed off the athletic juke. Good little gain there. Not a whole lot of real estate, but a nice carry. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
Play action. It's Lawrence.
Flushed out right. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down. Cam Hayward, always a force, got back there for the sack.
Well, many times when you talk about mobile quarterbacks, you get the sense that they feel like they can get out of any bad situation. They keep moving around and trying to emulate guys like the Scrambler or the Dodger. Instead, they keep losing yardage and digging themselves a hole that they can't get out of.
So now after the sack of Lawrence, the Jags looking at a 3rd and long.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And this is going to be incomplete.
Well, based on what we've seen so far, I don't think you can even call this an off day anymore, partner, because this group we're watching, they are totally out of rhythm, trying to get their game plan up and running. That 0 on the scoreboard is glaring down at them with every incompletion.
Here's Logan Cook now to punt this one away.
The return is Olszewski.
They call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. They're starting to put some space here. You know, first quarter, they didn't look so hot offensively. This second quarter, though, they've looked really good.
They've jumped in the saddle in a big way now, and now they're in full gallop. I mean, before, kind of cantering around a little bit, right, trying to feel their way, not getting done what they wanted to. But somehow they put it together with play calling, execution, and now there's a pretty big gap.
And they'll look to make that gap even bigger here.
Trubisky's throw complete there to Johnson.
And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helped to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
Throwing again on second down. Trubisky
able to hit his target, Claypool. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
The start for them near flawless. Defense gets them a 3 and out. 2 quick pass connections on offense.
So that's how a team works together. Just what you described. Get them the ball, give them a little momentum, and they're capitalizing off of that. Thanks a lot, guys.
On the give, this is Harris. And he'll power his way forward for about 4 yards there on the first down carry.
Well, the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back there and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
From the 38, Trubisky. And he can't escape, and down he goes. Josh Allen from his outside linebacker spot, forcing the sack for a loss of 8.
Josh Allen accumulated 7.5 sacks last season to lead Jacksonville and their rebuilding defense. Not quite the Pro Bowl season he had as a rookie. They expect him to continue to blossom and is a future All-Pro.
Won't be easy here after that sack. Now you got Trubisky and the Steelers facing a 3rd and long.
They'll set up to throw.
He finds Pickens over the middle.
And he'll go down to the ground at the 39, and obviously that's well short of the first. So the completion good for 7 there. And it'll be 4th down. So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. This will be from 56 yards out. And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. And that will extend their lead even further. Maybe a little fortunate there. That was leaking a little, maybe leaking a lot, but he got it.
Yeah, he actually was able to make it work. How about the body language, though, right? As he's watching that ball leak to the right, trying to bring it back in, and had just enough to get it done.
After the successful field goal try, here's Boswell to send it away.
From his end zone, here comes Agnew. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped at the 14.
Out comes the Jaguar offense now as they get set to take over. They find themselves down 13-0 here as they try to get things started offensively. 1st and 10.
Lawrence.
Escaping the pressure right. And that's incomplete.
Well, this is a half where not just the coverage, but the entire defense is setting the tone in this game.
incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
From the shotgun, Lawrence. That's out wide here for Robinson. And he was able to shed one tackle but could not get away from there. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
And a nice gain and a broken tackle along the way. And really, we shouldn't be surprised, should we? That's what runners do, especially the best ones. They break tackles and gain extra yardage.
The Jaguars on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and 5. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Larry Ogunjobi in for the sack. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Here's Logan Cook now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And this offense takes over in great shape right at the 50. 1st and 10.
Najee Harris and the rest of this offense work their way back onto the field.
He's over 40 yards here in the 2nd quarter. Been nice and effective for them, hasn't he?
He has definitely been dependable and really shouldn't underestimate what he's getting done here, because anytime you're on a pace that's going to approach 100 yards, you've really done some damage in an NFL game.
Well, now he's looking just to add to his totals. From midfield now, here's Trubisky. His throw incomplete.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. From the shotgun is Trubisky.
He'll get this to his tight end. That's Pat Freiermuth.
And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A gain there of 21 yards.
It's a nice zone breaker right there. Take the tight end, move him out to the slot, then have him run a corner route versus the zone coverage, which means he's going to be behind the shallow coverage and ahead of the deep coverage. Put the ball right on him.
On 1st and 10, it's Trubisky. Over the middle, complete. It's Harris. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw.
Throw left side, hauled in by Pickens.
And down inside the 10 here before he's out of bounds right around the 7. That'll give him 8 that time, and it'll be 2nd and a couple.
Timing is everything, and they work on this cut all the time. They work on all the timing patterns, and this time it paid off for them. Worked him to the center of the field, cut it to the outside, ball's delivered, gets both feet down for the completion.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Trubisky, 7 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have it 1st and goal.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there, keeps the sticks moving.
Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. They'll try and run with Harris. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers.
A touchdown run there from a yard out. And the Steelers will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
CD for them. This has just been an offensive explosion here in the second quarter.
Yeah, held scoreless in the first quarter. Now they find the end zone again here in the second. Sometimes you just have to have some patience. A lot of people think it's always an adjustment. You have to change what you're doing. Sometimes you just have to do your game plan just a little bit better. And I think that's part of what we're seeing here.
Boswell for the extra point. And that one pushes the lead up to an even 20. So the drive there took 6 plays.
And it was Najee Harris who finished it off with a touchdown run.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
Taken at the goal line. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15. And the Jags going to go on offense now late in this first half.
And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you've got to figure if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
Now Lawrence on first down. That'll be caught right side. Chenault with it.
The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. To throw again on second down. Lawrence. He completes it to Jones. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Jaguars. Marvin Jones, 76 yards.
And the Jaguars are on the board here in the final minute of the first half.
The way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before half. They've at least got something on the board now. Still trailing, but a good sign.
That takes me back to our preseason tour of NFL camps. You remember we talked with that one coach who said his emphasis this year was scoring in the last 2 minutes of a half, heading into the locker room. This hits it right there. Take that momentum, take that good feeling, and take it to the locker room, regroup, and start over. They got it here.
They did indeed. A lot of football, full half to be played.
After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. Taken in at the 3. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Steelers taking over now late in this first half. Already enjoying a 2-score lead here late in the second quarter. Not a ton of time left. We'll see if they can work this at least into field goal range and try to get 3 to add on even more to their lead.
Now Trubisky on first down. To the sideline. Wow, what a catch. Doesn't get a lot out of it, but he is able to keep the feet in bounds. Just a gain of a couple there, and it'll be second down. Here's Trubisky to throw.
Setting up the screen, Harris.
Give him 6 on the screen, but now it's third down.
That's a nice design there, but sometimes, though, you get so many blockers out ahead of you, they kind of slow you down and force you to adjust. You always appreciate guys trying to help you, but maybe one less there could have turned this into a bigger game.
Final play of the half. It's Trubisky.
Able to find his man. It's Pickens. And he will have a Steelers first down, and comfortably so, as he gets 5 there on 3rd and a yard.
So we've reached the intermission in what right now is a 13-point game. As we send you a couple hours south of here to Orlando, that's where we check in with a coach at our EA Sports Halftime Report.
First up, though, let's take a look at the next-gen stats from the first half for the Steelers. And even though they've got the big cushion, I would imagine they'd like to see a little more out of their passing game. Pretty pedestrian numbers through 2 quarters of play. Meanwhile, for the Jaguars, they, too, didn't throw the ball as well as they would have liked. And I think both teams would say there's room for improvement in the second half.
And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Glenn, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. So time for the second half as the Steelers have the lead, and they will also be receiving the football here to start the third quarter.
This fielded right at the goal line. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line.
The Steeler offense now with a football first here to begin the third quarter.
And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. And I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation to pick up those pass rushers, because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
They turn to Harris to begin the drive. He fights forward for a couple with a penalty flag down. And the linemen, they're already walking back.
So that time they got the left guard with a hold.
And let's face it, in today's ball, you might have that 330-pound guy you're supposed to clear out of there. You might need a little bit of extra help by grabbing the jersey and trying to ride him out.
On the draw, it's Harris. And good yardage as he gets this one up to about the 23.
50 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
Good yardage there on first down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making first downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your second down play.
Harris going to get it again on second down.
And he'll take it forward for about 5 up to the 28-yard line.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
Here's Trubisky. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down.
That's an excellent job right there on third down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a first down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, And before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
The Steelers send out their punter now as he's on to kick it away. Agnew now to return. 43 yards on the punt, 7-yard return, and the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half.
And their defense did its job by forcing the punt to start things out, and now, Charles, can the offense get in gear?
I think, partner, you can sense them saying, okay, the first half was theirs, but now let's get the momentum back on our side. We forced a punt. Now let's go downfield and score. If we do that, we'll be set up well for this second half.
They'll start out here with a jet sweep, and they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
Let's just make this one succinct. Nice job there. All 11 guys on defense diagnosing the jet sweep and putting it down.
On 2nd down, Lawrence.
Buying time to his left. And his throw is incomplete.
The goal is certainly to try and make a big play happen and climb back into this game, but you have to be careful. If you overdo it, you could turn it over and hurt your team.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Lawrence will throw.
He's got a man complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That's a 1st down with a cherry on top, 31 yards.
We always talk about the guy who paid off the play, don't we? The guy who caught it or ran it. But how about the elements that go into making a big play? This one in particular, able to scan the field. Pocket held up nicely. What a terrific job by the offensive line. The route, well run, and the football, right on the money.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10.
Looking to throw, Lawrence. And one more time, here's Kirk. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Throwing again here, it's Lawrence.
Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. Devin Bush leading the surge there as he drops him for a loss of 6.
All about the offense so far this drive, putting something sustained together. But the defense, they responded on that play. 2nd and manageable became 3rd and long. The drive marching to the end zone is one play from stalling out.
So now after the sack of Lawrence, the Jags looking at a 3rd and long. Now Lawrence.
And unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep, try and throw some air under it, and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they were unsuccessful.
So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. And this is going to wind up left. Well struck, but it's no good, and the deficit will hold pat at 13. Down here in the 3rd quarter, obviously that's one they could have used.
Yeah, and one of my favorite special teams coaches in the NFL told me what separates the kickers in the NFL versus the ones who are not is not the misses. It's the 2nd miss in a row. Best kickers in the league, they don't miss 2 in a row. He's got to get his head back together in case he gets another shot.
So after the missed long field goal attempt, this offense set up nicely at the 44-yard line. They'll start on the ground with Harris.
And a lane slow and materializing there as he'll get maybe a yard up to the 45.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
On 2nd and 9, Trubisky. Throw left side, going to be taken in by Harris. Nothing on the screen that time. Now it's 3rd down. So nothing there on the screen that time.
That means all that great acting they tried on offense went for naught, didn't it? Because you have to try and influence them. Make them think that you're doing something else. Make them think that they can get to the passer by letting them by and then setting up the screen and getting downfield. Didn't happen at all. Give a lot of credit to the defense for not tumbling to that one.
And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. Pretty solid gain of 7 yards that time as he scrambled, but now they face a 4th down.
That looked great when he first took off because in my mind, there was room to run and he had the marker in his sight. But I certainly didn't expect him to close so quickly, and neither did he. They got to him just in time, and now that 4th.
Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Jaguars offense as they get set here. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
A little jet sweep to start the drive. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. This drive starting off on the right foot, 18 yards.
I think the reason this play is so successful is not just the blocking at the point of attack, but how about the speed at which he takes the handoff? He's in motion already, so he's not coming from a flat start like a running back often is. He's in a full run by the time he gets the football.
From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. Lawrence, now this is ETN on the draw. And that one goes for about 6 as he's taken down just shy of the 45.
Now, Brandon, that's the way you want to run the football. There should almost be quote bubbles above the offense right now. Bam, boom, biff. That's how they feel good about moving the football.
The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4. Now Lawrence to throw. Finds his tight end Ingram. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Here's Lawrence to throw. And completes it to Kirk over the middle. And he's going to get this inside the 30. It's a gain of 13 for number 13, and it gives him a 1st down.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice 1st down. Drive keeps moving.
On 1st down, Lawrence steps away to his left, and that is incomplete here.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
A 2nd and 10 forthcoming here. 3rd quarter action from Jacksonville. Draw play, ETN. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. A 14-yard 1st down pickup for the Jaguars.
This has been a good drive so far. It's been a running game for the most part. It's powering down there. But they're
Nice first down, picking up a first down. Now it's 1st and 10, as you said, in the red zone.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Now Lawrence. And it's caught. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. Back-to-back nice plays. 12 yards that time and a first down.
I think he has to be saying to himself, how did that not wind up a touchdown? Remember, you just need the tip of the ball across the plane. It's not going to get there, but they're going to be set up in great shape with 1st and goal.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Oh, they go with a tight end carry. And he'll take this one in for a Jags touchdown. Chris Manhertz punching it in from a yard away. And the Jaguars are back within a score. That's a score you felt they had to have here in the 3rd quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there was an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
Extra point up and good from Santoso. And the lead will shrink to 6. So that drive in total 8 plays. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. This taken in at the goal line. And he won't quite make it to the 25. Pittsburgh set to take over again on offense. Pretty important 3rd quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead. We couldn't ask for much more to this point in the 2nd half. A gorgeous day, 1-score game. 1st and 10 here.
Throwing here, Trubisky.
That's complete to his tight end, Freiermuth.
And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a first down.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Trubisky will throw. Flush to his right. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one a broken play, but it ends up being a good play. The scramble goes for 20.
Fast, slow, it doesn't matter. If you give a quarterback enough room to escape, he can hit you for a big gain. You've got to give him a little more focus moving forward.
So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 46. They hand this off to Harris. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. Three quarters in the books. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now in Jacksonville. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Now it's Trubisky. He gets it complete to Harris.
And he's going to get this down near the 25.
There it is, the defense waking up after 3 plays that hurt them. Finally, they stand up.
They have a little pride, too, you know. 3 straight first-down type plays. Yeah, they wanted to make one stick on their side, didn't they?
They go play action with Trubisky.
It's Najee Harris now on back-to-back plays with a catch.
And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. That one goes for 16 yards. It sets him up 1st and goal.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomp down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up.
Chris Bell back with you in the 4th quarter now. 8:52 to go, and there's a pass for a touchdown. 26 to 14, so I guess they're going for 2.
An important score there to extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. Well, that's certainly going to bump up the old win probability index because now it's a 2-score game here in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, you're taking me into that deep water now. Win probability index. This game's definitely not over. We're not looking at a 0.5% or something. It's just...
And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need.
Well, as most teams do in their 2-point attempt, they pass the ball. Instead, it gets intercepted, and remember, if you pick it off, you get a chance to take it all the way back, get 2 points yourself, right?
Yeah, not the case there, but that's why you got to be really careful with those throws, especially to the outside. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line.
The Jaguars getting set to go.
Well, that last touchdown we just saw, what an important one. Now it's back to a 2-score deficit for this crew as they take the field here, and they are in desperate need of finding the end zone. Lawrence bringing the Jaguars up 1st and 10
at their 25-yard line.
Lawrence
toward the sideline, and look at that catch, dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. That one good for 16 as the drive continues. 4th quarter, every drive's so critical, and you figure may only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the second touchdown. You got the first one for the second one to even matter.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
Here's Lawrence.
They'll complete this to Ingram as tight end. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
On 2nd down.
And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line. And a little careless there, Charles, on that carry.
And it's not just having two hands on the ball. It's tucking it away. It's using your body to keep people shielded off. It's so many different things into taking care of it and having ball security. In that case, though, we didn't see it happen.
Pittsburgh's offense now heading back out onto the field. And they sit in a good spot, having the ball back after the fumble recovery and up 2 scores in the fourth quarter. Following the fumble recovery, it's Trubisky. Flushed out right. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete.
Well, he certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. They run with Harris. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
On 3rd down, Trubisky. It's brought in by Harris. And he gets this over to the 41. Not near enough for the first. They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Boy, that one was well read defensively. And this is all about diagnosis as a safety and being decisive, because he saw it setting up in front of him, able to knife through there and make the play.
So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. So this will be spotted on the midfield logo. It's a 58-yard attempt. And I tell you what, he got it from 58. That had lots of leg behind it, and that will extend their lead even further. So an important one there as they widen their lead in this fourth quarter.
All right, partner, help me out with the math here. Make sure I am on point, because the way I see it, the other guys still need 2 touchdowns, but in addition, a 2-point conversion. So this is all about them playing perfect football from here on out.
After the successful field goal try, here's Boswell to send it away.
Taken in at the 3. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20.
And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go.
Right now, they're in a bit of a tough spot here, CD. You trail them by double digits. Remember the last time out, they fumbled. They're going to have to play some clean football here on this possession.
And all the talk on their sideline has been about taking care of the football, making sure that they're handling the ball correctly. So you know they'll be squeezing the rock pretty tight here. They just have to be careful not to go so hard in doing that they actually cause themselves other problems. Take care of the ball, but still try and play free and natural.
On 1st and 10, it's Lawrence.
Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9.
Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play.
Oh, you can just see it in their body language. They're starting to see victory on the horizon now, and if it comes to fruition, they got to give a game ball to the front 7. Defensive line has taken charge and controlled this game. Face a challenge of stopping this opposing offense, and they've done so with ease.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. That's going to be caught by Kirk. And he'll be out of bounds up past the 10-yard line. Call it a gain of 3 on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. Looking to throw. Lawrence. Dancing to his left. And that is incomplete.
Well, the incompletion, but now we also have an injured player. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. Here we go. Gotta have it. Lawrence. Now he lets it go deep for Kirk. And got his man complete. And he is going to have a Jags first down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on fourth down. On the defensive side of the ball, that's the definition of frustrated. You get them to fourth down, and then you allow a chunk play like that in the passing game.
Almost felt as if that play was drawn up in the dirt on the sideline. They pulled that from a game plan that wasn't this game, and they still made it work.
And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
Watching that play unfold, watching him complete it, brought back memories of doing all those pursuit drills to make sure you don't over-pursue and let a guy get a cutback lane on you. He did that very well.
You praised him on tape yesterday for the angles that he takes to the ball. Took a great angle right there. From the 39, Lawrence. Looking for his tight end on the corner. It's complete. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line. A CD that helps the home team as they try to erase this deficit. Give them the penalty for pass interference on the defense.
Yeah, and they certainly haven't been happy with what they've seen so far, have they? They're certainly hoping that that call now might get the fans back into this one.
Throwing now, Lawrence on first down. And Jones has it over the middle. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 11 yards for number 11. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah, you're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. They'll get this out to the flat for ETN. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Back to the ground with Robinson. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. 7 yards on the pickup there, and now they've got it 1st and goal.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Looking to throw, Lawrence. He's got it. And just shy of the goal line as he's out of bounds right at the 1. Nice job defensively to hold him to 4, and now it's 2nd and goal. Great footwork there, Charles, to dot the I, stay in bounds, get both feet in. He's probably thinking, though, man, I made a catch like that close to the end zone. I should have scored.
Yeah, there's always a regret when you're that close to the goal line. But let's go back to what you talked about before, getting his feet down.
And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. Chris Manhertz, a beast in the red zone with his 2nd touchdown of the game. And the Jaguars get a bit closer. So this now a 9-point difference. You figure the book here says kick the extra point, make it a one-score game.
Now, you and I have seen coaches get overly aggressive in this spot, but I agree with you. Kick it here and get back within a score.
And now in a 9-point game, they'll still just need to go for one here. As this gets them back within a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. A 10-play drive that time. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run.
After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. Fields it right around the goal line. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. Here comes the Pittsburgh Steelers and running back Najee Harris.
He's topping the century mark already receiving the football, closing in on that on the ground, too. They've really had trouble handling him.
I think from what we've seen in this game, his success through the air has started to open things up for him on the ground, because now he's loosened up the defense, right? They've got to play just about every snap as if another receiver can get downfield on them, and he's been that receiver. Now they bring him back to the backfield. I think his yardage running the ball will increase as this one goes on.
But now Trubisky lost the football. When that ball popped free, we could hear it all the way up here. Those guys down on the field alerting everyone of the fumble. He's lucky that his offensive mates picked him up and jumped on him. Yeah, and you have to think to yourself, and I'm sure they've been echoing it on the sideline and into the huddle. Guys, we have the lead. Just take care of the football. Don't make it easier for them to start to make a comeback.
Again, it's Harris on second down. And not much doing there. Maybe a yard up to the 23.
This time able to hold on to the football, but not much room to run.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes. And we've got a one-score game.
So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. This is a big third down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here.
Now here's another carry for Harris. And he's not going to sniff the first down here. He stopped at the 25.
And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ballgame. The Steelers send out their punter now as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. So possession goes over here on the punt.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. So here now, Lawrence and the Jaguars.
Down by 8. A little under a minute 50 remaining. They need a touchdown and, of course, the 2-point conversion as well.
Throwing now, Lawrence. Into the hands of Ingram.
And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. So the completion good for just 3. And it's 2nd down.
Yeah, that one was covered pretty well because they were trying to leak the tight end out into the flat. I think they were hoping he could catch it, turn upfield, and pick up the 1st down.
Lawrence.
Open man is Kirk, complete.
And they'll get this down here around the 47-yard line.
Partner, they're clearly saving those timeouts, but they still have to work with some urgency to put themselves in the right position.
1st down now, but that clock rolling.
Back to throw, Lawrence. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
That's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle, so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
Here's Lawrence.
And his throw here's incomplete.
Back-to-back incompletions, but we know this is definitely 4-down territory. Time not on their side. I don't think they want to try and get the first down in 2 installments. I think they got to go and get it right here, right now.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Back to throw. And that is incomplete.
Partner, they've got one chance left to keep this one going, and I think for you and me, let's think along with their offensive coordinator now. Has to think back, cycle through every play of this contest, and remember what's worked and what hasn't. Because right here, he needs the best play of the game in order to keep this one alive.
They're going on 4th down. Lawrence
going for the deep ball. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And this Steeler defense able to come up with a stop. So now let's reset here, Charles. They do have 2 timeouts left, so they can stop the clock twice. This one's not quite over yet.
No, and what you're doing on defense, you're going to use both timeouts, obviously. But you've got to call defenses are going to force the issue early, meaning you want that play over fast. You don't want to give them time to dance around in the backfield or run a wide sweep that'll take off time. Blitz them, put pressure on them, make sure that play ends quickly so that you can go ahead and keep moving.
A handoff to Harris to begin the drive. And he's going to take this across midfield into Jacksonville territory. Now the Jags will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. So they come up on 2nd down. If they can get another run like we just saw, would likely put an end to this thing. They'll run again with Harris. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. And the knee is taken for the Steelers out of the victory formation. And Trubisky down to a knee, and that is all she wrote. So this one in the win column for the Pittsburgh Steelers. And we talk so much about the turnover battle, determining who wins, who loses. This game, no exception. Error-free football, no turnovers at all, and they win it.
So this is one you don't have to convince your team that what you're saying is accurate. And you know what I'm talking about. Head coach always stands up in front of the team and says, guys, if we do this, this, and this, we'll win. And usually they say if we win the turnover battle, we'll win. Well, here's the proof right there. Win the turnover battle, go on to victory. Now the guys believe. You move on to the next lesson where you have to convince them. This one is now planted.
Chris Bell here with your final stats. 29-21. Steelers win 337-267 total offense. Jags 126-75 rushing yards. Steelers 261-141 passing yards. Jags 19-16 first down, Steelers. 15-7 punt return yards, Jaguars. 136-90 kick return yards, Jaguars. 488-364 total yards, Jaguars. 3 turnovers, Jaguars. None for the Steelers. 2 for 10 third down, Steelers. 2 for 9, Jaguars. No fourth downs. 1 for 2, Jaguars. 0 for 1 2-point conversion, Steelers. 0 for 0, Jaguars. 4 for 4 red zone, Steelers. 3 for 3, Jaguars. 2 for 3, Jaguars. 3-2 red zone touchdown, Steelers. 1 other red zone field goal, Steelers. 2 penalties, 19 yards, Steelers. No penalties, no yards, Jaguars. 21-43 to 18-17 time possession, Steelers. In the first quarter, Boswell 26-yard field goal, 9:52 to go. Then Watt, a 1-yard run, 6:48 to go. Boswell, 55-yard field goal, 2:54 to go. Harris, 1-yard run. Boswell kick, 58 seconds. And Jones Jr. for Jacksonville, 76-yard pass from Trevor Lawrence with 40 seconds to go. That was the second quarter scoring. There was no scoring in the first quarter. Third quarter, Jacksonville, Monhurst, 1-yard run, was 1:20 to go. And then in the fourth quarter, Fryermuth, 9-yard pass from Trubisky with 8:48 to go. Boswell, 57-yard field goal, 6:42 to go for Pittsburgh. And Monhurst, 2-yard run, 2:54 to go for Jacksonville. That's where we stand, 29-21. Coming up at 5 o'clock, it's Green Bay and San Francisco. We'll see you then.